Have you ever thought about how self-pleasure works? As we age, the truth changes. Masturbation can look very different now. What our golden years offer means to comfort, connect, and heal. But what changes when it goes from a routine to a more challenging one? In this movie, we'll show you the truth. Masturbation in old age from its empowering effects on the emotions. Many of us will always face challenges. Wait until the end to discover the outcome. Balance can significantly impact your performance. Having good health, both physically and emotionally, is important. If you haven't signed up for emotional support, nonetheless, I urge you to click on our channel. Click on the subscribe button and dial the number. Use the notification bell to stay informed about all updates. I can't wait to hear our new material. What are your thoughts on today's topic? If you like the information, please leave a comment. If the information below doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your opinion is very important, as it helps me make better movies. Align with what you want. Now, let's begin. Let's go deep into figuring out the often misunderstood and a very touching subject of pleasure. As we age and dispel the myths and face the harsh truth of how this close practice can change, both participants are involved. Through its liberating joys, it offers more. There are many complex emotional undertones present. The aim of the talk is to truly move the hearts of adults. Those who are going through the deep journey of as people age, masturbation becomes less common. It's more than just a physical act. A look at one's deepest self wants a place to connect with themselves. This can soothe the mind, body, and soul. No matter what age, the skill to cause physical pleasure while getting rid of built-up emotional stress is a people possess an indisputable part of themselves. Deal with it as we age, but this gets better with practice. The body was once pushed by complexity. The energy of youth begins to change. Because of many natural changes in hormones affected the body's attention and the changing rhythms of want it, even though it's going to happen. Changes in the body joy does not fade. It simply becomes more complex. Greater depth and more personal for people in their golden years where masturbating can become a close way to take back a very close relationship with their aged body with less testosterone, the amount of estrogen in the body, and sexual desire. It doesn't burn as hot as it used to. It lingers, ready to be studied. In more profound and serene ways, self-stimulation turns into a powerful act of recovery free from the too many demands or pressures. That being close and young can bring it is a place to get back in touch with the desires and requirements of the body. Having fun is still a good life. This event provides affirmation for individuals of all ages. The benefits for your body and mind are significant. Important medical studies consistently bring out that regular self-pleasure is one of the many beneficial things about it. Effects, especially on older people. Practically speaking, it aids in preserving blood flow to the sexual area, which makes sure important organs stay strong and healthy. Lack of use is a common problem. Which may be more important? The social and emotional benefits are numerous. Masturbation releases endorphins, which are great for making you happy. Chemicals in the body that take away feelings of worry, stress, and even sadness. It uplifts the spirit in ways that few can. In old age, this and other things come into play. Practice helps us remember that we are still alive and able to feel joy, yet still worthy of deep, personal. It gives you pleasure and is a way to honor the meet your body's needs without feeling guilty or ashamed. Acceptance of the idea by society. The journey of pleasure continues, in beautiful ways that are all their own, every day, until the very end of life. When someone masturbates, they feel more than just a fleeting moment physical comfort, but a deeper, longer-lasting influence their overall health and happiness. Especially when it comes to getting better. How well do you sleep in the later stages? Getting enough good sleep is important. Taking care of your mental and physical health is important, and the calm that comes after. Taking pleasure in yourself can help ease stress. Let you sleep better at night. Masturbation is detrimental for your mental health, a much bigger part than one might think. At first, consider it a powerful tool. Tools for becoming more self-aware and self-compassionate help older people to get back control of their lives and bodies that may have felt lost in the what does getting older mean in a world where getting older often comes with thoughts of being weak and losing. The power and sometimes even a being cut off from one's own body, masturbation serves as a means to reconnect. Gaining some control over things is an opportunity. Maintaining self-awareness is crucial. Feel one's body as a spiritual source of comfort rather than disappointment over this new connection. It boosts self-esteem and helps people develop a more positive attitude and take an open look at their aging bodies, which can be very powerful. Even so, as with all pleasant things, there is a line that should be crossed. Crossing it can change this private act from being helpful to possibly dangerous. When masturbation gets too much, especially as you get older, it can lead to some physical and emotional effects that shouldn't happen from not being physically looked over. Genital nerve stimulation can come in many forms. Make you more sensitive, which may sound good at first, but it can lead to discomfort or a short-term drop in your feelings. I felt this hypersensitivity over time can lead to a stressful cycle in which people find themselves wanting more and more strong stimulation to get the same amount of pleasure from it because of a growing sense of being unhappy and even anxious, which is a common feeling. One simple act of self-pleasure no longer gives the same amount of satisfaction, but the most important effects of masturbating too much in old age aren't a number. It's how I feel. An event that a lot of older people. Masturbation serves as a means to escape more painful thoughts of being alone. As we age, we may experience anxiety or depression. Relationships with other people may hurt family. Things can change, leaving many people behind. Face the loneliness. The silence of life without having the regular company of masturbation with loved ones during these times is common. You can give a short reprimand and a way to put off the pain for a while. Being alone, but when it turns into it can serve as your primary or sole source of comfort. Make the emotional hole bigger by creating a vicious cycle of dependency that exacerbates the situation. This feeling separates the person from others. Being alone can be very scary. For older people, as it usually goes, the more someone hides away, the less people notice. The world of self-stimulation by yourself is the less likely they are to look for meaningful and satisfying ties with some people who are masturbating and moderating. It can be an important part of a good sexual life. A word when it's used instead of for interacting with people and feeling. Being happy with it can leave a person feeling more alone than ever, wrapped in the idea that I am in a bubble of self-imposed solitude. Balance is important in the end, as it is in everything. The act of masturbation can be very satisfying. This is a healing technique for old age, physical comfort, and mental closeness, and that they are in charge. But when something pushes the boundaries, it can turn into a copy of itself, which leads to thoughts of anger, loneliness, and getting over emotional dependence. The road to finding that balance is up to you. That requires honesty, self-awareness, and, most importantly, being kind to yourself. Some people may need emotional help. Instead, you should stimulate yourself. Taking small steps away from the dependence on the world around them, masturbation can make things worse. Emotional distance that leads to what do you do when you have a strong feeling of being alone? What medical research says about masturbation in old age from a medical point of view? Masturbation is not inherently detrimental for you. Dangerous, and it can cause many problems. Engaging in this activity is beneficial for your health, but moderation, like any other trait, is important. When taken in large amounts, it can have unplanned harmful effects. Many studies have been conducted on both the body and the mind, and have brought up the potential. What happens when you masturbate too much? People over 65, especially when it turns into a main way of feeling or overusing sexual pleasure, can hurt your body. Self-stimulation can make you tired. Not only sexually, but also overall levels of energy add to being mentally and physically worn out. Being fatigued can complicate things. Keep your drive and energy up. Need to do important daily tasks. Things we know how to do to keep a busy way of life by doing physical. Older people require frequent movement. For people, it encourages mobility, supports muscles, and makes them stronger for cardiovascular health. However, masturbation can make you less excited about the drive to work out, causing people to be less active. This is detrimental to your health in old age, such as higher chances of heart disease, becoming less toned, and less adaptability if you are still. See this video and find these. Thanks for the lessons. Please leave a review. Please fill out the form below to confirm your status. Will you watch this video with me? The impact on the body is another crucial factor to consider. One thing to think about is how extra self-stimulation can have an effect. During this time, human relationships later in life, when many people are adults who live alone, may be affected by the act of masturbating, which serves as a source of emotional fulfillment for their sexual needs. Those who are in relationships face more problems. There are problems when a person is in a long-term relationship often, or obsessive masturbation can slowly get worse. Instead of being close to each other, change can lead to a growing physical distance between partners, taking away the deep connection and love that used to connect them with an act by one person who doesn't leave much room for both of your pleasure. The outcome can be a relationship that doesn't feel tied. How does one or both partners feel? Emotionally ignored or unhappy, and physically to those who are in this situation, it is important to find a balance. Masturbating is important to make sure that doesn't become a solution, for it's not about being close to a partner, but rather this is a nice addition to the shared link. You can keep it from becoming a barrier. To the close and warm touch that makes relationships strong and good for you in terms of feelings and thoughts. Too much masturbation can also cause about a bunch of bad feelings. For people who have been through grown up in places where sexuality was seen as inappropriate, embarrassing, or it's a secret that many older adults keep. I still hold on to these strong beliefs. This could result in an internal conflict. When individuals engage in activities to stimulate themselves, these people, the pleasure they got from masturbation, maybe right away then feelings of guilt, shame, or I feel bad about this clash between the for fun and a deeply held belief. These kinds of actions are morally wrong, create a mental weight that their mental health and self-esteem are significantly affected. Health and happiness in this ongoing internal conflict can make feelings even worse. Of being alone and lonely, as the A person may feel stuck in a loop. Of joy and then self-judgment. This fight can be draining on the mind. Mental health problems that cause anxiety, having sadness and a weaker sense of self-worth. Who feel these feelings often. More so for people who grew up in countries that are stricter or more conservative. Addressing these thoughts head-on and working on accepting yourself can be incredibly freeing in the end. While masturbation in old age is not acceptable, dangerous when done in small amounts, and can even offer a lot of physical and getting emotional rewards is important. Be vigilant for potential issues. Of relying too much on self-stimulation. In particular, having a healthy balance. For people who are dating, it is important to making sure that masturbation is a good thing about one's sexual and mental health, instead of a source of shame or breakup, as we self-compassion and self-awareness as you age. More important in maintaining a happy and balanced life is crucial. It's crucial to understand these situations. That desire, even far down the road, life remains a beautiful, natural phenomenon. A deeply good part of being human. Life should never be weighed. Unfair shame or guilt weighs you down. Connecting with one's body is essential. Through physical pleasure, even when they are old, it not only makes sense, but is also beneficial. A way to describe yourself and your feelings. But let go when masturbating turned into an emotional escape, meaningful human touch. It could mean there is a more significant issue that requires resolution. In these kinds of situations, it's important to explore alternative methods to manage your emotions. Help, whether it's through therapy or reconnecting with loved ones, can be beneficial. Ones that this kind of connection can provide. An important source of feeling food that serves more than the short-lived happiness of one worry that many people have is self-stimulation. People want to know if there are any long-term health risks linked with having sex in old age. This is where eliminating the constant is crucial. Myths that have caused too much stress for. There are numerous ideas that no longer hold true. There isn't any good medical proof of imply that masturbating leads to harm that lasts to the sexual parts or speeds up the aging process. In addition, studies have it has been demonstrated that there is no connection between masturbation and major health problems, like oral cancer or prostate cancer problems with abilities like emotional problems or inability. These lies only hurt people, to make people more afraid for no reason. People over 65 who may already feel vulnerable about how their bodies are changing. Having said that, maintaining balance remains crucial. getting all the perks of masturbating without having an experience bad side effects when there aren't too many long-term health risks. However, masturbation can still lead to getting tired over time. The frequent letting go of energy when it is not in balance with not getting enough rest or food can leave you both individuals are feeling exhausted. Mentally and physically, another one possible result of overindulging is a long-term drop in libido. If you want to satisfy your sexual drive, you can. When done compulsively, it makes someone less drive that makes you feel like being unhappy or frustrated with masturbation in old age gets worse over time. When practiced with attention and moderation, it is beneficial for your body in many ways, and mental health advantages of a physical. In a way, it helps keep blood healthy. It keeps the suppleness and improves circulation. Of genital cells that help keep you can also use it as a sexual tool. An important tool for mental relief, especially during times of stress. Many people use it to deal with worry or loneliness, a place to get in touch with their bodies again. Restoring their self-worth is crucial, and life, but as with everything, balance is crucial when masturbating. Starts to go off in an odd way a lot of the time, or it turns into a crutch. This obscures other crucial details of life. It's time to think about what might be making you feel this way. Is it? There is stress, loneliness, and a lack of social support. Whatever the cause may be, dealing with issues like these is necessary. Head on, looking for better ways to meet your physical and mental needs, whether through hobbies, social conversations, or physical tasks such as walking or yoga, can help you feel better. There is a balanced approach to having fun and health in brief while masturbating, which is a common and helpful thing to do. It's important to deal with old age. While being aware of its limitations, when utilized sparingly, it can be a beneficial source of massive mental and physical pain satisfaction, which is good for both mental clarity and sexual health. It is important to know when it becomes a place of more important humans when it starts to connect or have a bad effect on other parts of life by keeping a mindful balance as you get older. Adults can derive pleasure from their own joy without losing sight of the bigger social and emotional links that make life better. Thank you for participating in this in-depth discussion, a deep conversation about, are you enjoying your old age? We'd love to hear what you've learned so far. Tell me one thing you've learned. This morning, what are you going to do? Tell us what you think in the comments. Message me below if you liked this video. Say something and don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our channel to discover more interesting content. Your assistance with this helps us continue. Bringing these important talks together to light helps create a sense of community and connection. Thank you for being a part of this conversation.